This world relies heavily on oil for so many things. But here's the catch. This long-term dependence on oil comes with some serious consequences for the environment. At least twice a year, something goes wrong during transportation or extraction, and boom, oil spills out, causing chaos. Most of the time, these accidents happen in marine habitats, which is really bad news. Think about this. A tanker crashes into a coral reef. Oil spills everywhere, and the entire ecosystem is wiped out. But it doesn't just stop there. Oil spills have a ripple effect, literally. When oil gets into the water, it spreads fast across the surface, forming this layer that blocks sunlight from getting through. And you know what that means? It kills marine plants and algae, which are not only important for oxygen, but also the foundation of the food chain. Without them, fish and other marine animals either starve or get poisoned by the toxic oil. Well, the impact goes beyond just killing ecosystems. Oil spills release harmful chemicals into the air as they break down, which increases greenhouse gas emissions. Plus, oil companies are drilling deeper and pushing into new areas to keep up with demand, putting even more ecosystems at risk. It's a vicious cycle that just keeps making climate change worse. In Canada, Indigenous communities, especially those living near the coast, are hit the hardest by these spills. Their way of life, which often revolves around fishing and relying on the ocean, is seriously threatened when oil spills destroy marine ecosystems. It's not just about their livelihood. The toxic chemicals from these spills can also cause long-term health issues for the people who depend on these waters for food.
But here's the thing. Indigenous peoples have been leading the fight against climate change for a long time. Many communities, like the Haida and Inuit, have deep connections to the land and sea. They know how to live sustainably, and they've been pushing for stronger protections and a shift away from fossil fuels. Take the Tsleil-Waututh Nation, for example. They've been actively opposing oil pipeline expansions, fighting to protect the environment and their communities from further harm. First off, we need to move towards renewable energy sources like wind, solar, and hydropower. These options don't carry the same risks as oil, and they're much cleaner. Canada has so much potential to lean on renewable energy, and a lot of Indigenous communities are already leading that charge. Secondly, we've got to tighten up safety regulations. Better safety measures for transporting oil could prevent accidents from happening in the first place. Things like regular inspections of tankers and pipelines, along with stiffer penalties for companies that mess up, will force them to be much more careful. Thirdly, we can all do our part to use less oil in our everyday lives. Whether it's driving less, supporting clean energy projects, or just being more mindful about the products we use, small actions add up. Finally, there's also volunteering. Organizations such as NOAA and PAUSAL take volunteers to help with cleanup efforts. Indigenous communities have shown us time and time again that living in balance with nature isn't just possible, it's necessary. They've been doing it for thousands of years, and we've got a lot to learn from them. By listening to their insights and incorporating their practices into environmental policies, we can find better ways to take care of the planet. It's not just about science or politics, it's about showing respect to the earth and to the future generations. Oil spills may seem like isolated events, but their effects are massive. They wreck ecosystems, contribute to climate change, and harm the people who rely on those environments to survive. We need to make the shift to renewable energy, enforce stricter regulations, and learn from the Indigenous communities that have been protecting the environment all along. It's time to take action and protect our planet before it's too late.